Imagine this, you spend years to become an expert, you master your profession, and someone asks, so what do you actually do? And suddenly you don't know how to explain it. Have you noticed? Some of the smartest people are often the hardest to understand. But the world's greatest communicators, do something very differently. Today, let's discover one of the Steve Jobs' biggest communication secrets and why it matters more than ever in the AI age. Let me take you back to 2001. Apple was launching a brand new product. The engineers had spent years building it. Steve Jobs could have stood on the stage and said something like this: this device has a 5 GB hard drive, advanced digital music storage, firewire connectivity, and an innovative user interface. Technically that was correct, but nobody remembers that. Instead of that, Steve Jobs smiled, held up the device, and said just 6 words: 1,000 songs in your pocket. 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's it. No technical specifications, no complicated explanation, just one simple picture that everyone could understand. And immediately people understood the value, not the technology, the value. That's what the great communicators do. They explain benefits, not the complexity. So what is the big lesson here? Communication isn't about proving how much you know. It's about making other people understand. Sometimes we confuse information with communication. They are not the same thing. You can give people lots of information and still you can communicate a very little. Why we make things complicated? Here is something interesting. Psychologists call it the curse of knowledge. Once you become an expert, you forget what it's like to be a beginner. You start using words that make perfect sense to you, but confuse everyone else. A software engineer talks about APIs, a doctor talks about hypertension, a lawyer talks about litigation, an economist talks about the quantitative analysis. The audience quietly thinks, what does that actually mean? So the problem is not intelligence. The problem is forgetting your audience. You don't understand your audience. You forget your audience. Who is listening to you? That's very important. Now let's talk about the psychology behind plain language or simple language. Our brains love simplicity. When something is easy to understand, our brain processes it faster. We remember it longer. We trust it more. This is one reason why stories, examples, analogies work so well. Your brain doesn't just listen to them or hear the sound. Your brain can see them, visualize them. 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's not just a sentence, that's a picture. And pictures stay with us. AI is going to make this skill even more valuable in the AI age. Now think about today's world. Artificial intelligence can generate thousands of words in seconds. Information is everywhere. Understanding is not. The people who will stand out are not those who produce the most information. They are the people who create most clarity. Whether you are a teacher, a software engineer, a business owner, a doctor, a content creator, or a university student, your ability to simplify ideas has become a competitive advantage in this AI world. So whenever I explain something, I ask myself 5 questions. Question number 1, can my parents understand this? If not, I need to simplify it. Question number 2, can I replace technical words with everyday language? For example, instead of saying cognitive overload, I can say your brain is trying to do too many things at once. Same idea, much clearer now. Question number 3, can I use an analogy? Because people remember pictures, not definitions. For example, AI is like a student learning from examples. Another example, communication is like building a bridge. Another example, the brain is like a muscle. Simple comparisons make difficult ideas feel familiar. Question number 4. Can I tell a story? If you can tell a story, that would be great. People don't remember bullet points, they remember moments. That's why you probably won't remember the iPod's storage capacity, but you will remember 1000 songs in your pocket. Question number 5. Can I remove one more difficult word from these sentences? Simple communication is not about using fewer words, but it's about removing unnecessary ones. We can take some practical challenges. That's about your own profession. Can you explain what you do to a 12-year-old child in just 1 minute without using technical words? If you can, you probably understand your subject very well. But if you can't, don't worry. Please practice, because simplicity is a skill, it's not a talent. Finally, I can say that many people believe complicated language makes them sound intelligent. I believe the opposite. Anyone can make something sound complicated. It takes real understanding to make something simple. Steve Jobs didn't sell storage capacity. He sold an idea people could immediately imagine. 1000 songs in your pocket. That's why people remember it. And that's the challenge I like to leave with you. The next time you explain something, don't ask, how can I sound smarter? Ask, how can I make this easier to understand? Because in the AI age, the future belongs not just to people who know more, but to people who can make others understand more. Complexity may impress people for a moment, but clarity changes people for lifetime. Thank you so much.